Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Another brief episode of the Red Badge of Courage First Bull Run engagement. And this turn, it's going to be, if we were boxing, it would be a split. But the Jackson got his butt handled to him. The Union definitely got the chip pulls. They got them all at once. And Jackson didn't really get a chance to recover anybody until it was too late. So I got him back across the ford, fortunately, but one of the guys got trapped on this side of the ford and he's gone. But the good news is Howard's up here. I can hopefully spread Jackson apart and get Howard to push through or at least replace him in the line. His artillery's in place to fire over him. Jackson's artillery's still there to fire over him. We've got Kemper and Rogers up here on the hill commanding view over everything. So they pretty well can lob shells at them and just hold that ford. It's going to be hard for them to take the ford. Sherman does have some nice sized units, but they'll go down in a hurry if I can just manage to break them and get a couple extra hits on them. Schnick and Keys both are having trouble maintaining units because just there's no cohesion at all within either troop. Schnick finally ended up kind of backing off to the hill because Evans kept knocking them down. Both of them are getting their fair share of collapsed brigades now, regiments now. Kershaw has advanced into place and is starting to put a little bit of a hurt on Keys too. Everybody's starting to see some collapsed brigades though. B, I went the extra yard with him and attacked a little bit more. No, I didn't with him. I was thinking about it. I did do it with Burnside because Burnside actually had a pretty good turn that turn. They broke the First Special Aid Battalion and but then their draws were over again. They got the early draws and were able to take advantage of the situation. But Evans weathered it and still wound up with a foothold here. And now we've got Porter, who did not fare very well that turn, and Wilcox, who did not fare well that turn. In fact, Wilcox is left on the battlefield now. So all it's going to take is a good push by B and Bartow, and I'll probably keep Smith in place as Howard's starting to come into play now. But I know I've got Early right here, and Early's going to be set up probably this turn if he gets the proper draws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's that close to being in range of orders. And actually, I probably could have gotten him in place. But no, he's AOP. I want to keep the AOP up here to keep these guys ordered. So he should be in place next turn to start pushing through and carrying it. Or I can bring him in over here to take place. But I've got to look at the orders, see what I want to do with them. But this Burnside still got decent fighting power left, but Porter's right on that edge. And Wilcox, I'm just going to end up pulling Wilcox out of there. Without the leader, even with the leader, they weren't doing too well because they're another one of them G2, G3 units. And there's not much better. Wilcox is slightly better with some G5s and G4s. So I think it's too late for them to rescue this, though. All it's going to really do is take a good push from probably Bartow or Early when he gets up there. I might be able to throw B at it and get it with B, and then have Early come up and exploit it. But their center's awful weak right now, and Franklin and the whole right flank of the unit did not get good. They got the 2 draw, and then a lot of them were out of order. I mean, out of command, and they didn't really get very maneuverable. And the cavalry actually handed Franklin his ass in the bucket, because he had to fall back and regroup and rally some guys up, and now the cavalry's got a pretty good spot up there. So I was thinking about Russian infantry over there, but I don't think I have to anymore. I think the cavalry can hold its own. I don't really need to take that. If I can get the center and hold on to this, like we've already taken that one back, then the Union won't win. So it's a matter of just outlasting the enemy right now. And it's been an interesting battle. Quite fun, quite entertaining. It takes me a while once all the units are on the board, just sorting everything out and wading my way through it. But it's quite fun. And I'm having a blast with it. But I don't think the Union can pull it off unless a couple miracles happen. And I'd have to say it's probably this turn where they're going to have to happen. They're going to have to find a way to keep this right there, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking up the VP value. Stonebridge 2, Groveton 4. Yeah, if they lose this center right here, they're below the. That's just, they got to find a way to hold on to this and maybe take this. That's probably their best 2 options. But Evans isn't going anywhere fast. He's got pretty good units. Or they can try and push Jackson out of that, but that's going to be hard with Howard coming in and their artillery guarding the way. So we're going to see how it all winds up. The other problem is that Sherman is now out of command, so he's not going to get some really good draws either. But I trying to keep Tyler over here where he can keep these 2 buffoons. And I call them that because they've been absolutely wasting his time. It'd be almost better if I pulled to the other side of the stone bridge, but I can't afford to give that up. They have not been effective at all the whole game. So I really ought to just try and jump him over here, but if I do that, these 2 are just going to completely fall apart because he won't get enough draws to try to recover this order. And that's what happened to Jackson. He didn't get his draws fast enough to get his disorder, and it cost him. So, chit draws, you gotta love it. They throw a wrench into the works. So, and I got to look at my leaders for both sides. I forgot to move the commanders, so I'm going to look at them real quick before I start the next turn. So they're liable to change. That happens at the end of the turn. So there you have it. Quick updates, just me babbling on. I do enjoy this game. I'm having a blast with the battle. I think some of the later ones will be more deadly, as the units will be a lot better and the weaponry will be a lot better. But on the flip side of that, they'll probably be more bloody too. But I'm quite enjoying this. It's my first foray into first bull run and the confusion of the first battle, and I really having a blast with it. So thanks everybody for joining me. We will see you again later, probably not till tomorrow sometimes. Thanks for joining me, and you all have a great night. That's Red Badge of Courage by GMT Games and designed by Roger McGowan. Have a good night.